Did authorities in Baltimore deliberately stand down during yesterday's civil unrest and allow riots to spread? Weasel Zippers is citing Fox News in reporting that when journalists asked police why they were not responding to stop the rioters, they were told by the officers, quote, "Ask the mayor," clearly implying they had been told not to move and told to stand down while Baltimore burned. Of course, we had the unbelievable comments made by Mayor Stephanie Rawlings-Blake on Saturday night after the original sporadic violence, when she legitimised the rioting by saying, quote, "We also gave those who wish to destroy space to do that as well." And of course, after intense criticism, she tried to walk back those comments rather unsuccessfully, because it was a brazen admission of the fact that they had anticipated these violent outbursts and in some way facilitated them. So then we fast forward to Monday morning. The police become aware of this flyer, which is being circulated widely among city school students via social media. It's also reported on by the press about a purge set to take place at 3 p.m. starting at Mondawmin Mall. So that morning, the police were aware of the precise location and time where this looting and rioting was set to begin. And yet, what did we see at 3 p.m. and afterwards at the Mondawmin Mall? People literally driving up in cars, stealing, looting handfuls of clothing and other goods. Not a police officer in sight, despite the fact they knew the time and the location where this was about to take place. And there are conflicting reports about this amidst the chaos. Some reports say that police were there, at least in small numbers, before the rioting started, but were then pulled to other locations as the violence escalated in other areas, which then led to more looting of the mall. So then Mayor Rawlings-Blake waits at least 5 hours after all this chaos is unfolding to even make a statement. And then she gives this bizarre press conference at which she seems more angry and irate at the media for picking up on her previous comment about allowing space for the looters to destroy than anger directed at the actual rioters and looters themselves. And this rhetoric was then echoed by other Baltimore officials who blamed the media for not focusing enough on the, quote, "peaceful protests," as if they were larger in number than these riots that had swept the whole city. By that time, there were no peaceful protests whatsoever, so what on earth are the media supposed to cover? So again, instead of condemning the rioters, their anger seemed to be more focused on blaming the media. And then again, unbelievably, Mayor Rawlings-Blake comes out and says that the curfew won't be imposed that night, that it will be imposed the next night. So again, giving the looters and the rioters more safe space. Now you can argue that they would have taken no notice of the curfew whatsoever, and maybe that's a reasonable argument. But what kind of message does it send from the mayor to say, "Oh no, you can have tonight, tonight's free. We're not going to impose a curfew until tomorrow, so go ahead and have more fun." Completely bizarre. So then Maryland Governor Larry Hogan comes out and says he's glad she finally did call for a state of emergency and the National Guard. So obviously he was implying that she had waited too long. And again, she waited 5 hours merely to make a statement on the issue at all. And some people are asking the question, this safe spaces that people who wanted to destroy could use, according to the mayor, were police cars part of that process? Why are abandoned police cars parked outside this payday lender, which was looted by the rioters? And why were all these abandoned police cars just there to be smashed in and set on fire? Was that part of the safe space for the looters to destroy? And this idea of a stand down is not without precedent. Of course, during the Ferguson riots last year, Governor Jay Nixon, despite having the National Guard on standby for a week, on the worst night of rioting and looting in Ferguson, when black-owned businesses were being burned to the ground, ordered the National Guard to stand down after reportedly being pressured by Obama. So this stand down wasn't the fault of the police. It was the fault of Mayor Rawlings-Blake and her minions in Baltimore. She was the one who gave legitimacy to the riots in the first place by saying that people who wished to destroy would be given space to do so. She waited for 5 hours even to make a statement on the riots, never mind call up the National Guard, which only came afterwards. And now we have reports that it was her responsible directly for not allowing the police to intervene in the riots. Absolutely shocking, but we already saw a similar set of circumstances in Ferguson, Missouri. Whose side is this woman on? And why is she inflaming the tensions as Obama, Holder, and the administration in general has done since the first riots in Ferguson, Missouri, giving them credence and legitimacy as black-owned businesses are burned to the ground, as communities are destroyed, as people are terrorized? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Was this just a botched response to these riots, or was it, as the reports suggest, a deliberate stand down? Check out the other videos, subscribe to the channel. I'm Paul Joseph Watson for Infowars.com.